We finally have it, guys. We have the first look at what the production version of the 2022 Honda Civic is going to look like. Today is Thursday, March 11th. These pictures dropped yesterday on the civicxi.com forum. Let's take a look. So as you can see, the production car looks very close to what the prototype that we saw a few months back is. As far as the physical car that we're seeing, a couple notable highlights are going to be in the front bumper. If you notice here, the difference between the prototype and the production version around the fog light housing, how the production version has more black plastic around it instead of that corner. I wish they would have kept that more true to the prototype that we were shown, but this looks like it's one of the entry-level models, maybe, hopefully, and this might be wishful thinking, but hopefully in the sport version or the SI, whenever we get to see that one, that front bumper fog light housing will be closer to what the prototype that we saw is. As far as the wheels in this car, they look kind of small. If you notice in this other picture, it looks like they're 17-inch wheels, and the car looks to have a sunroof and a couple other niceties. So I don't think that this is the base model, the LX that we typically get. I think that this is an EX, or whatever the EX equivalent is in the Chinese market, because it looks to have the 1.5 turbo that we now get in the current 10th gen Civic. And as pointed out by GT Man over at the Civic XI forum, it looks like we're getting an increase in the torque. The 10th gen Civic had a 220 badge in the rear, signifying the 220 Newton meters of torque. This one has a 240. For comparison's sake, 220 Newton meters of torque is 162 foot-pounds of torque. 240 Newton meters is 177. So it's a decent, about a 10% bump in the power. I'll take it. Hopefully that translates to the rest of the Civic lineup. If the SI gets that same 10% bump in power, I wouldn't be mad. The other thing that we can see here, it looks like, at least on this model that we're seeing here, there is no longer the chrome trim on the window. I don't know if it's only on this trim level or if all the 11th gens are going to have it, but I'm glad to see that gone. And it looks like also we have real exhaust pipes, which we know everyone else is going away from. Shout out the straight pipes. These look like they're actual real 2021 exhaust pipes. So another quick note on the wheels, and to further reinforce my point that I think the model that we're seeing here is the EX. We've also been seeing these spy shots of these, I guess, prototype or test vehicles running around of the hatchback version with different wheels. And if you notice, those wheels look almost identical to the ones that we saw on the prototype. It's the double 5-spoke look, and they seem to be in black. I don't know if it's just for this model, but again, I think those are the wheels that are going to come either on the sport trim level or on the SI. And now you take a look at the physical version that we are seeing here of the Chinese model with those wheels, and I know we all know the 11th gen is not going to be as aggressive and as sporty looking as the 10th gen was, but with those wheels and maybe a different color, I don't think white is the color for the 11th generation. It's not a bad looking car. So with that being said, folks, that's all we've got for now. If you want to go ahead and subscribe, this is going to turn into an 11th gen, or it's going to be an 11th gen Civic channel. I have already made up my mind that I will be buying the first SI that I can get my hands on here in South Carolina, hopefully sometime in the early fall. I do work at a Honda dealership, so I have access to a lot of information, and as soon as I get any sort of order or in-transit information for even the entry-level Civics, I'll be making a video. As soon as they land, I'll be making a walkthrough or walk-around video, go over all the trim levels, all the colors, drive reviews, all that stuff. So go ahead and subscribe. Appreciate you for watching this video. Catch you guys in the next one. Thank you.